toot your air horns and get excited because 2K My Team just dropped the freaking blog today, and let's jump right into it. What's up? It's Advisor Lizard here, and we're gonna be talking about this blog, this amazing little nugget of information. We're gonna waste no time with this intro. We're jumping right into this, okay? So the first biggest takeaway that I have from this blog are the 3 starter cards. That's gonna be Ja Morant, Joel Embiid, and Jimmy Buckets, which should all be on screen somewhere here right now. Along with this, there are going to be challenges for winning games and playing the game to get you better cards. So right off the rip, if after 10 wins, you get a guy named Fred Jones. I don't know who this guy was, but he won a dunk contest. So you know he's going to be yamming on people, doing all that cool stuff that Gerald Green, Jamario Moon, guys like that like to do. I think that's going to be a really good card for you to get early on, and I think that's going to influence what card you're going to want to take as your starter. I think clearly the best decision to start is going to be Ja Morant. He's going to be that do-it-all point guard. He's going to get you dunks. He's going to hit the threes for you, play a little bit of defense. I think he's just going to be the best, most well-rounded card to pick from. Now, if I had to go with somebody else, I would definitely say Joel Embiid is a good second option. I would stay away from Jimmy, maybe take him last, because you do get all the starter cards eventually. But I would take Jimmy last, just seeing how if you pre-order the game, you get Michael, Devin, you also get Fred Jones, who's a shooting guard small forward. So it's like, I mean, do you really need to take him? So that's the starter cards. Moving on, one of my biggest, craziest things that I'm super excited for that you can take those starter cards in and play is the new co-op triple threat online. That's right, I said it, co-op is in the game. Now it's only in triple threat, only 3-on-3, and you only control one player. One of the cards you bring is going to be the player you play as, and your friends can play as anybody else they'd like. Now you can decide to take your best friends, your 3 best friends, and play against the AI, or you can take your 3 best friends and you can go play online. It doesn't matter. It's really cool. There are a lot of unique rewards specific to the game mode. It's got its own ladder system like Triple Threat Offline does, and I'm really excited to give that a shot when that comes out. Now, another interesting thing that you could be grinding when you're playing this Triple Threat Online are these prize balls. Hey, you guys remember the prize basketballs? You got the amethyst ball, the sapphire ball, pink diamond ball, all those yada, yada, yada. Well, they actually have something cool now. They can actually break open. So as you use them, as you play with the balls in the game, you work on breaking them open, and when they break open, you win a reward. What reward, you might ask? We don't know. 2K didn't put it on the blog, so we don't know what it is. I'm going to assume it's a player of that color. So say you break open, say you have the gold ball and use the gold ball, you get a gold player. Simple as that. So that's kind of what I think they're doing with that. And if you want to do that, you can grind that out in a game mode called Unlimited, which got a rework. Thank God. Now, I'm super, super excited for this one, okay? So now, no longer is it 12-0 or any of that stuff. You can win, lose, it doesn't matter anymore. It's all points-based. Now, I believe looking at this leaderboard that they have here, it seems like the person in first here that has the most points is actually 0-3. However, they have the most points, and I think a lot of it is broken down into them scoring a lot of points in game, maybe getting a lot of steals, a lot of blocks. I think it's broken down more into your stats than it is actually you're winning or losing. So you could win 20 games, but you're only winning by 10 points. And I could lose 20 games, but I'm only losing by 2 points. And say, you know, the guy that's winning his games is only scoring 50 points a game, and I'm losing, but I'm scoring 80. I'm going to have more points than that person just because I'm technically playing better. So that's, you know, that's kind of interesting. And I think it's a much needed change. And like I said, there's now leaderboards as well. So you can check out how you're doing as opposed to how the top players are doing, and kind of compare yourself and see where you're at competitively in the My Team game mode. Speaking of the My Team game mode, big part of that is the level 40 reward. It is going to be Scottie Pippen for season 1, going with the theme of 23 and Michael Jordan being on the cover. I'm really excited for this. Scottie Pippen is normally a pretty good clamp god, good offensively, good defensively. I don't think you're going to lose with this card, and from what I'm understanding, defense is a little bit better than offense this year. So having a guy like Scottie Pippen is going to be huge for that beginning part of the year. Along with a level 40 Scottie Pippen, there's another Bulls player that was teased in the blog today, and that would have been this pink diamond Derrick Rose from the trophy case. Now, I believe how this works is there's 15 cards that you need to collect for a set to lock in to get this pink diamond card. Now, these cards are going to be in Triple Threat Online, Triple Threat Offline, I think I said triple threat a million times there. Doesn't matter. Yeah, unlimited, clutch time offline, which is also new. draft mode, and I'm not sure where else they're going to have it, but apparently they have these I don't know how to call them, trophy cards in each of those little game modes as rewards. So that's something to look out for. And if you collect all 15, you get a pink diamond from that team. Now there's one for every team. I'm not sure how many are available day one, but I do know that if you collect 5 of them, you are able to unlock a Galaxy Opal player. And then if you collect all the Galaxy Opal players from the from the conferences, right, you then lock those cards in for a dark matter. And if you lock in both the Eastern and Western Conference in, which are 2 dark matters, you get a 3rd and final dark matter. I'd imagine it's going to be like an end game. Probably we're not going to get that till way later in the year, so nothing you guys got to worry about right now. Moving on with collecting players is like, I think it's a big part. And one of the biggest things in 2K is the token market and how terrible the token market has been in the past. It's useless. The players are only on your team for maybe the first month and then they're gone. I think they've completely reworked it. Now, this might be me looking into it too far, but I look at it like the way they word it is every Series 1 player is going to be available in a token market options pack. So I think what they're doing is they're scrapping the token market and we're just having Series 1, Series 2. Basically, you're able to spend your tokens and get players that you want to get. And so I believe this is going to be players like Luka, Giannis, LeBron. I think all those guys are going to be available inside the token market, which I'm really excited for. If that's actually how it is, that's awesome. If not, and they go with the old system, whatever, tokens are still useless. I don't give a shit. Let's move on. The next big thing, another big player to that collector level, is a Diamond Lamar Odom available day 1. Now I know that's kind of cool. He is going to be called a takeover player. Now these takeover players are available for 1 week. 1 whole week you have a chance to get this player. He's going to be in every single game mode. So imagine this is your new vault card, your new reward card, your new chase card. This is going to be the card that you're going to be grinding for, trying to get out of all these different game modes. And they reset that next week and we get a new one. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh man, they're going to lock a card based on luck and I'm not going to get it. It's going to suck. That's where you're wrong, because there is an agenda specifically to the player that you can use to unlock them. So if you don't want to play the game, you just want to get the player, or if you don't want to grind for RNG, pack luck, or whatever, go ahead, grind the agendas. They're available to you. That's what they're there for. Along with that, while you're grinding, we got 5 new domination games. 5 new games. All right. So the rewards are going to be as followed: Amethyst, Julius Randle; Diamond, Mitch Richmond; Diamond, Mike Bibby; Diamond, Bill Walton; and Pink Diamond, John Havlicek is the final reward. Now, what's cool about these domination games is they're also the era-based ones. So say we go to the 1980s, you're playing in the 80s, you play by 80 rules with the 80s presentation. So basically everything that they talked about in the Jordan blog or whatever, the Jordan matches or Jordan games or whatever, that's going to be brought to domination. Now, the cool thing with this is they also said they're going to be able to bring that into limited. So some limited weekend, we might be playing with 1960 rules, which will be very, very interesting to see how that works. Speaking of how something works, draft mode has been completely reworked, and I'm kind of happy with it. It seems like it's actually going to be enjoyable to grind. Now you can spend MT to get your draft token. You no longer have to spend VC or grind for that weekly draft token, as well as the fact is you can set your own lineup. That is going to be big, because originally they were set based off your coach and their play preference. Now you can just set it yourself. Speaking of setting things up, the biggest thing, we no longer have to wait 3 minutes for little Timmy to put in all of his defensive settings. You can do that before the game in the main menu and then have it set forever. Great. I don't have to sit there and wait 5 hours for this guy to set his settings just to, either me whoop on him or me just lose so badly I want to quit. So that's hype as well. More to like fixes they've had. Triple Threat Online has been changed back to the 10 win, 3 losses. There's no longer the 100. Thank God, that system was terrible. It really, really, really sucked. Hop into collector level. There are 75 total levels this year. We don't know what anything is. They've had nothing. That was about it. Nothing really huge on that, that level. Something that is kind of huge is you can now check agendas while in game. You can pause your game, scroll down, check all your agendas, see where you're at, see where you are in your threes, your rebounds, whatever it may be. It's all right there. Another big thing is you can actually grade reward cards now. So say when you get your level 40 Scottie Pippen, slap him in the grading thing. You can get a grade on it. get a little MT boost. They also look differently. They should be on screen at some point. You should see how they look. They look a little bit better, a little bit more smooth in my opinion. So that's kind of something that I personally am kind of excited for, because I didn't like how I couldn't grade my cards. I know it sounds stupid that I like the graded cards, but like that's just me and who I am. Another new thing that they're adding to the game mode is player specific control. So say you want to only play as your point guard, you can only play as your point guard. You can literally load in and say, I want to play as Luka Doncic, and you're playing as Luka the whole game. You have no control of anybody else. You're Luka the entire game. I think that's kind of cool. New little feature that they've added to my team. And so, yeah, that really sums it up. Other than no contracts, thank God they're gone. That's really all that was on this blog. I will link it down below in the description for you guys to check out. Anything I didn't cover will be there, and it'll be in a little bit more detail. I just wanted to kind of rapid fire, get as much out there as I could. If you stuck around this far, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm super excited for this 2K. I think it's gonna be a good one. I hope you guys are too, and I'm excited to see you guys out there on the court. Take it easy.